Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening. Good evening, class. Meghna, did you rewrite your homework?
Yes, ma'am.
You haven't sent it to me yet.
Ma'am, I'm outside. I'll send you after I go home.
Yeah, okay.
Mama sent you from another device, ma'am.
Yeah, I already received it. Okay. So, I'll share my screen. 1 minute. Any doubts anybody has from this lesson, respiration?
No, ma'am.
Okay, so with this, we're actually ending up the lesson. Okay. We have one more student to join. No? Sanvi is not here. Okay, anyways, I'll just upload this in your Wise app. All right. So now I've uploaded it. You all can refer it. Okay. So today we have a new lesson to begin with. Just give me 1 minute. I'll just charge my stylus. Just give me 1 minute.
Ma'am,
Yes.
ma'am, I'm joining through another device. I'm in waiting room. Can you please let me in?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, thank you, ma'am.
Yeah, you're welcome. Okay. So now We're going to talk about transportation in plants and animals. So we already saw about respiration. What do you think is transportation when it comes to scientific or biology? What do you think is transportation? What is the meaning of transportation? Tell me your definition. Simple terms. Transportation means what?
Moving a particular object from one place to another.
Movement of an object from one place to another. Very good. So the object that is moving from one place to another to provide us with life is food, water, oxygen, and all these waste products. So that is why when you talk about transportation in plants and animals, you talk about the blood flow, because your blood is the one that is carrying all these nutrients, all the oxygen, and everything. And the blood being carried out everywhere in our body is controlled by which organ? Which organ pumps blood to all parts? Sorry? Which organ? Tell me. Which organ pumps blood to all parts of the body?
From heart.
Heart. So you have now the blood is being now what? Oxygen is being carried out every part of your body. It's because of your respiratory system. Food is being digested in your body because of your digestive system. You're feeling all the senses because of your nervous system. So what is the system that is responsible for the blood flow or transport of all this blood from in your body?
And circulatory system.
Circulatory system. Very good. So this organ system of the body that is responsible for the transport of materials, because all this materials is carried out in blood. So is responsible for carrying out this material throughout the body is called circulatory system. The name of the chapter is transportation in plants and animals. My screen is visible, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So this transportation is carried out by an important system of the body, that is circulatory system. So what is circulatory system? It is the organ system Okay, so the materials transported are, what do you think are the materials? Anyone tell me?
Ma'am, blood.
Okay, so what does blood carry? Blood only we know, but what is inside the blood? We have nutrients, we have oxygen, We have carbon dioxide. We have cells. So all these, etc., all these are the materials that the bloodstream carries. So this is all carried through a medium. What is the medium? What is the medium? Where is all this present? Present in the
Blood vessels.
blood, just blood. It's present in the blood. Okay. So the primary part of the circulatory system, or there are parts of the respiratory system, right? So the parts of the circulatory system are, what are the parts? The main part is
Heart.
Heart, ma'am.
Heart.
then you have the veins, and then you have the arteries. Okay. So now let's talk about what blood is. Before that, I'll just show you all maybe a small video. Please note it down while I get the video. Please note everything down. Tell me when you're done.
I'm done.
All of you all, please complete and tell me when you're done.
I'm done.
Okay. I think only Meghna is left.
Ma'am, done.
Okay.
Ma'am, done.
Okay.
Done, ma'am.
Okay. Now. Sanvi, did you send me your homework?
Yes, ma'am, I sent it.
Okay, fine. I'll check on it. I didn't save your number, so probably I'm not able to find it.
Our circulatory system consists of a heart and the blood vasculature system.
So whatever he says is an important note for you. You can note it down, okay? Whatever he says.
Our circulatory system consists of a heart and the blood vasculature system composed of blood vessels. There are two main types of blood vessels, the arteries and the veins. The arteries are responsible for carrying blood away from the heart, the deoxygenated blood to the lungs and the oxygenated blood to the rest of the body. While the veins are vessels that carry blood to the heart, the deoxygenated blood from the rest of the body and the oxygenated blood from the lungs. Now, just take this part and zoom in to take a look at the structure of each of these vessels. All of these vessels have three main layers that make up their walls. Tunica intima, that is the inner layer, tunica media, the middle layer, and tunica externa, the outer layer. The tunica intima is made up of endothelium as well as some subendothelial connective tissue. The tunica media is made up of smooth muscle cells arranged in concentric pattern which lies in between the external elastic membrane and the smooth muscle layer. The tunica externa is made up of longitudinally arranged fibers of collagen. Obviously, arteries and veins carry blood at far different pressures, so the structure of their walls differs slightly. Veins have valves to direct blood flow because, unlike in arteries, blood is no longer pushed forward in a high pressure system. It is under lower pressure and has to be pushed towards the heart by contraction of skeletal muscles as well. Because arteries are under high pressure and they have more elastin and more smooth muscles in their media, they're generally thicker with narrower lumens. This helps them withstand the high pressure. The larger arteries narrow into smaller arteries, which further narrow into arterioles. These arterioles then join with smaller vessels called capillaries, whose walls consist of a single layer of endothelial cells lying on a basement membrane. They are so narrow that RBCs must actually flow in a single file. This slow flow and the thinness of the wall allows exchange of substances between the blood inside and the cells. The deoxygenated blood carrying wastes then leaves these capillaries and enter venules, the smallest of the veins. These join to form medium-sized veins and eventually larger veins.
To keep learning with such engaging videos, download Byju's, the learning
Did you
app.
understand?
Yes, ma'am.
I know it was a bit too fast. I'll play the video once again. Okay, y'all can just review it. The three layers that he told, the tunica membranes, note that down. Note what arteries, what veins are. Apart from that, what he's saying is general. It's enough if you concentrate. And playing it again. Okay, I'm playing it again because it's important. Okay, so please listen carefully again and make notes of it.
Our circulatory system consists of a heart and the blood vasculature system composed of blood vessels. There are two main types of blood vessels, the arteries and the veins. The arteries are responsible for carrying blood away from the heart, the deoxygenated blood to the lungs and the oxygenated blood to the rest of the body. While the veins are vessels that carry blood to the heart, the deoxygenated blood from the rest of the body and the oxygenated blood from the lungs. Now, just take this part and zoom in to take a look at the structure of each of these vessels. All of these vessels have three main layers that make up their walls. Tunica intima, that is the inner layer, tunica media, the middle layer, and tunica externa, the outer layer. The tunica intima is made up of endothelium as well as some subendothelial connective tissue. The tunica media is made up of smooth muscle cells arranged in concentric pattern which lies in between the external elastic membrane and the smooth muscle layer. The tunica externa is made up of longitudinally arranged fibers of collagen. Obviously, arteries and veins carry blood at far different pressures, so the structure of their walls differs slightly. Veins have valves to direct blood flow because, unlike in arteries, blood is no longer pushed forward in a high pressure system. It is under lower pressure and has to be pushed towards the heart by contraction of skeletal muscles as well. Because arteries are under high pressure and they have more elastin and more smooth muscles in their media, they're generally thicker with narrower lumens. This helps them withstand the high pressure. The larger arteries narrow into smaller arteries, which further narrow into arterioles. These arterioles then join with smaller vessels called capillaries, whose walls consist of a single layer of endothelial cells lying on a basement membrane. They are so narrow that RBCs must actually flow in a single file. This slow flow and the thinness of the wall allows exchange of substances between the blood inside and the cells. The deoxygenated blood carrying wastes then leaves these capillaries and enter venules, the smallest of the veins. These join to form medium-sized veins and eventually larger veins.
To keep learning with such engaging videos.
Was it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
I hope it was informative. Okay, now let's talk about what this blood does. Okay, so what is blood and why is it important in our body? Okay, so what is blood? Give me a definition of what blood is. What is blood actually? Definition. Sanvi, what is blood?
Ma'am, blood is actually with nutrients, oxygen, and carbon dioxide.
Okay, so you'll say anything with nutrients, oxygen, and carbon dioxide is blood.
Yes, ma'am. It carries.
It carries. Okay, fine. Kritvik, your definition of blood?
Ma'am, blood is basically a liquid which carries the nutrients, minerals, carbohydrates, and all those extra type of nutrients which from the food. Ma'am.
Okay, good. Meghna?
Ma'am, it is a liquid which flows through blood vessels and it carries oxygen, carbon dioxide, and
Okay, okay, good. Anubhav?
Blood is a type of fluid that has nutrients and also contents of red blood cells, white blood cells, plasma, and platelets.
Okay, very good. Fine. Anybody knows what a tissue is? A tissue in our body. Kritvik? Do you know what a body tissue is?
Ma'am, is it the combination of different layers?
There's a layer. One layer is only a tissue. How do you know if it's a tissue? A tissue is nothing but a cluster of cells. Okay, when all cells come together, or a mass of cells are there, they form a tissue. Okay, so blood is a tissue, but it is a fluid tissue. So blood is a fluid tissue that transports all these. Okay, so the fluid part of blood, the part that actually makes it fluidy, is called plasma. Okay, and you can see the blood that comes out of your body, it's not very watery, it's a bit thick. Okay, so that liquid consistency is because of plasma present in it, and it also has various salts dissolved in it. So you have various salts and nutrients. That is dissolved in the blood. So there are cells that is present in the blood that is suspended in the plasma. So what is the cells that is present in the plasma? What cells it has?
Ma'am, red blood cells and white blood cells.
Red blood cells and white blood cells. Okay, and you also have another thing which is called platelets. So it's always plasma is made up of RBC, WBC, and platelets. Okay, now what is this plasma? Why is it very, very important part of your blood? So plasma, it is the liquid component of the blood, and it is in which most of the blood cells is there. So without plasma, blood itself is not there. So most of the blood cells present in the plasma only. And it is mostly made up of water. Okay, so half of the plasma is made up of, not half, more than half, around 95%, it's water only. Okay, and the remaining 5%, you will have nutrients, carbon dioxide, and oxygen. Okay, now coming to the important cell, that is the RBC, which gives the red color basically. So red blood cell or RBC, it is present in the blood. It is responsible for the transport of what? What does RBC mainly transport?
Ma'am, oxygen.
Oxygen, very good. It mainly transports oxygen throughout the body. They have a red pigment which gives the red color. What is the name of the pigment?
And hemoglobin.
Hemoglobin. Very good. Okay, and this hemoglobin binds the oxygen. So you have the RBCs look something like this. This slight curve in the center. Okay, it is attached to oxygen. It binds to the oxygen. So the reddish color of the blood is because of the hemoglobin. Okay, now the WBCs or white blood cells. White blood cells, they contain the cells that is almost like white or transparent color. So they are part of the immune system. So white blood cells belong to the immune system. So what does this immune system do? What is immune system? They increase your immunity. What is immunity? What is immunity?
Ma'am, the
Ability to?
ma'am, ability to fighting the germs that
Very
might
good.
enter our body.
Very good. Ability of the body to fight the germs is called immunity. So they are like WBCs are like soldiers. They fight and they kill the germs. Okay, so they are also the soldiers of our body. Okay, because they increase immunity by fighting the killing of the germs. Okay. Then we have obviously the platelets, the third component. So the blood platelets, they are the smallest in the cell, you know, because compared to other components, that is WBC and RBC, platelets is the smallest. So when these platelets come together, they form blood clot. When all platelets are coming together, they form blood clot, preventing the Loss of blood during bleeding. So they just prevent excessive damage to the blood vessels. They also prevent to the blood vessels. How do they do that? They bind together in the site of damage. So basically like a band-aid. This is the blood vessel. You have a damage over here. Platelets goes over like a band-aid and it prevents the blood from flowing out. Okay, so this is the blood vessel. And here you have your platelet. Okay, am I clear?
Yes.
Please note it down.
Ma'am,
Yes, sir.
can you scroll up a bit?
There's actually nothing up. Everything that I've written only is there. I've placed it exactly so all the new words are visible to you.
Ma'am, even not done.
Yeah, please note the homework also.
Ma'am, Sanvi done.
And Ritvik done.
Okay. 1 minute, guys. I'll be back.
Homework done.
Yeah, okay. How many more people left? Get to complete? All of you are done? All right. All right.
Yes.
Um, okay, so you've done the homework. That's it for today. So I'll just ask you questions to see how much you all have been attentive to the class. And also before that, yeah, please watch this. It explains the whole circulatory system.
Fluently. I want to show you something. This is a record.
You can feel your heart thudding away every time you put your hand to your chest. But do you have any idea what's really going on in there, or what keeps your heart ticking as it should? Every day, your heart beats about 100,000 times, sending 2,000 gallons of blood surging through your body. Although it's no bigger than your fist, your heart has the mighty job of keeping the blood flowing through 60,000 miles of blood vessels that feed your organs and tissues. Food, water and oxygen are essential for the existence of human life. Blood transports all these substances through various channels called blood vessels. Blood vessels involves arteries, veins, capillaries. To keep the blood flowing throughout our body, we have a pumping system, and the heart is the pump, which is composed of muscle that pumps blood throughout the body, beating approximately 72 times per minute of our lives. The human heart has 4 chambers: the right atrium, the left atrium, the right ventricle, and the left ventricle. There are 4 valves in the heart. These valves are tricuspid valve, mitral valve, aortic valve, pulmonic valve. These valves are one-way valves. Now, you have seen the structure of the heart. Let us find out how it works. The blood becomes oxygen-rich by absorbing oxygen in the lungs. The function of the heart starts when oxygenated blood is carried from the lungs to the left atrium of the heart by means of the pulmonary veins. The left atrium relaxes, this blood is pumped into the heart. When the left atrium contracts, the left ventricle relaxes simultaneously. The left atrium pushes the blood into the left ventricle through the one-way valve. When the left ventricle contracts, the blood is pumped into the aorta, which carries oxygenated blood to the different parts of the body, except the lungs. Oxygenated blood reaches the different parts of the body through the blood vessels called the arteries. The arteries gets branched into capillaries, which then reaches to the different organs of the body. The blood then becomes deoxygenated, and the blood capillaries gets mixed and form thicker blood vessels called the veins. The veins carry deoxygenated blood to the heart. The blood vessels that carry deoxygenated blood to heart are known as the vena cava.
This and all is extra information. This and all you don't need. This much is fine for y'all till now. Okay, anybody has any doubts from what I've taught so far? Please clarify it if you all have any doubts. Anubhav, Meghna, camera on, please.
Ma'am, can you explain the plasma one again?
Yeah, sure, 1 minute. Yeah, so plasma is nothing but it's a substance that gives fluidity to the blood. Like for example, you're having sugar. You're going to melt the sugar, right? So you're going to melt the sugar by providing it with heat. So heat is something that provides fluidity to sugar. Sugar, you know, it is in the solid state. But heat is something that provides fluidity to the sugar. Like that, here plasma, it is something that provides fluidity to the blood. So this plasma is nothing but 95% of water and remaining is all the salts and nutrients. So 90% of water, various salts and nutrients is only blood. Okay, so this plasma only has these components. So if people tell you two statements, blood consists of WBC, RBC and platelets, and another statement stating plasma consists of RBC, WBC and platelets, you should choose the second option because this is more accurate. Because plasma is something that is inside the blood and the plasma consists of these three components. Am I clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Anybody else? Any other doubts? Okay. Sanvi, tell me,
Yes, ma'am.
how does the red blood cell transport oxygen?
Ma'am, the red blood cell transports oxygen when we are inhaling oxygen,
No, I didn't ask about that. What is the specific thing that the RBC does to carry the oxygen? How does it carry oxygen?
ma'am, it has oxygen in the blood.
I want that term, exact term. Meghna? You can refer your notes also.
Ma'am, it transports oxygen to the all cells, so it can contain hemoglobin levels.
No, that's not my question. How does it transport? By dash. How is oxygen present in the RBC? There's one keyword that I mentioned.
Ma'am, can you repeat again?
How does RBC transport oxygen? And above? Ritwik?
With the help of hemoglobin.
Hemoglobin. What does the hemoglobin do?
It is a type of substance that gives the blood a red color.
That is okay. How does it transport the oxygen? By binding to the oxygen. Nobody's selling that word. Red blood cells carry oxygen through the pigment, that is the hemoglobin, which binds to the oxygen. Okay. Among the three components present in a plasma, which component is in the smallest volume? Meghna.
Ma'am, platelets.
Platelets, very good. And above camera on. And the white blood cells belongs to which system, Sandy?
What, ma'am?
White blood cells belongs to which system?
Ma'am, the white blood cells belong to the immune system.
Immune system, very good. Okay. Anubhav, what is the function of the platelets?
Ma'am, what is the function of?
Platelets.
And platelets are specially used for clotting of blood when an injury takes place. The platelets help to clot the blood and prevent from excessive loss of blood.
Okay. Kritvik, what are the three main parts of a circulatory system?
Heart,
Okay.
veins, and arteries.
Okay, very good. Okay, very good, class. All of you are able to answer the questions. Fine. All right. I'll see you all tomorrow. Okay. Please do your homeworks and please send it to me. Don't forget to do that. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
You all
Ma'am,
to-
I sent my homework to
Yeah, I
my,
received it. I received it. Got it. Don't worry. Okay, class. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.
Okay, ma'am. Bye, ma'am.
Bye bye.